Depression is hard to explain. It's like being trapped under a heavy, dark blanket, suffocating, and you can't see a way out. For a long time, I didn't realise I was depressed. I thought I was just dealing with stress. Work was tough, relationships weren't great, and life felt overwhelming. I stopped wanting to hang out with friends, lost interest in hobbies I loved, and gradually, it got worse. Soon, I couldn't get out of bed. Just the thought of facing the day felt impossible. I was always exhausted, even though I slept more than ever. It wasn't just tiredness. It felt like my body and mind were empty. And then there were the thoughts. What's the point? Why bother? That voice in my head kept telling me I wasn't good enough. I didn't want to admit something was wrong. I didn't want to burden anyone with how I felt, so I kept it to myself. But the longer I stayed quiet, the worse it got. I barely made it through the days, pretending everything was fine when inside I was falling apart. One day, a co-worker asked, "Are you really okay?" It caught me off guard because I was so used to saying, "I'm fine." But something about how they asked made me stop. It wasn't just polite, it was genuine. A few days later, I took them up on their offer to talk. They listened, really listened. I shared everything, the emptiness, the constant exhaustion, the hopeless thoughts. It felt like a weight lifted just to say it out loud. They told me something I hadn't considered. Depression is a medical condition, not a personal failure. They encouraged me to get help, and I did. Therapy became a turning point in my recovery. I started with cognitive behavioural therapy, which helped me challenge my negative thoughts and manage my emotions. Recovery wasn't easy, but it was worth it. I focused on self-care, getting enough sleep, exercising, and reconnecting with friends. Slowly, I started to feel more like myself again. There are still tough days, but now I know how to handle them. If you're struggling, don't be afraid to ask for help. You're not alone.